Group 8, Stress Management, Sleep, and Physical Activity. Hi guys, I'm Claudia Chavez.
Hey, I'm Kenneth Chan.
And I'm Cindy Turcios.
Do you guys ever find yourself waiting till the end of the week to catch up on your sleep, exercise, even both to reduce the stress? Stress can be induced by driving through rush hour traffic to even procrastinating on schoolwork, which many of us, due to the current situation, are doing. Our first literature review is about summer youth programs that demonstrate a positive outcome on academic performance due to physical activity. The study conducted had 149 students, 80 female, 69 male, with different ethnicity backgrounds. This study helps our research because it helps young children deal with stress early on in life with physical activity. Our second literature is the effect of sleep quality on academic achievement at a university level. The study surveyed 804 students about their physical quality of sleep by using the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index. The results demonstrated that increasing total sleep quality leads to 4.85% higher on academic performance. Based on this finding, it demonstrates a positive relationship between sleep quality and academic success. Our last literature correlates the physical activity in reducing stress and its impact on academic success. The study was conducted with 365 college students, which were asked about their stress level, physical activity, and how it impacted their overall academic performance. The study also demonstrated that college students felt that physical activity allowed them to be more successful academically throughout the semester, since they were allowed to relieve the stress accumulated. This specific article is important to our study because it demonstrates that any physical activity helps relieve stress, which in turn benefits the college students' academic performance and health.
So for our study, our operational definitions are as follows. Our first independent variable is exercise, with the first level being 30 minutes 3 times a week, the second level being no exercise at all. Our second independent variable is sleep, 4 hours per night for the first level, and second level being 8 hours per night. Our DV being stress management, and our hypothesis is that stress can be better managed with 8 hours of sleep per night with 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week. For our 7 hypothesis, the first main effect of sleep, 8 hours a day versus 4 hours, will have better stress management. Main effect of people who exercise 30 minutes 3 times a week will have better stress management. Interaction between people who sleep 8 hours a day and exercise 30 minutes 3 times a week will have better stress management. Another main effect of sleep, 4 hours with 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, will have some stress management. Another main effect of sleep, 8 hours with 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, will have good stress management. Another main effect of sleep, 4 hours a day with 0 minutes of exercise, will have poor stress management. And our final main effect of sleep, 8 hours a day with 0 minutes of exercise, will have no good stress management. A description of our participants and the recruitment for our study. Participants were 102 students, 79 females, 23 males. Volunteers range from the ages of 18 to 45 years of age from the California State University of Los Angeles. We recruited our volunteers from different class courses from the psychology department. Our design used is the 2x2 factorial design in relationship between the hours of sleep, exercise amount, and stress management. The first independent variable, exercise, with a high level 30 minutes of cardio 3 times a week that could have been done by walking, or low level, which means no exercise. Second independent variable is low amount, 4 hours of sleep, moderate sleep, 8 hours of sleep per night. We will use the 2 variables, sleep and exercise, to measure our dependent variable, stress management, by using a Likert scale from 1 to 5, 1 not being stressed and 5 being extremely stressed. The description of the material and procedure we used. For our materials, we used 4 vignettes to illustrate different scenarios of stress while working from home during the COVID-19 pandemic. These illustrations included in the vignette were Also, the individual's Fitbit activity tracker. The Fitbit information displayed 4 different scenarios of hours slept and amount of exercise in minutes performed. The survey using the Likert scale number 1 to 5, with 1 being not so stressed and 5 being extremely stressed. At the end of the survey, participants were also asked to please state their age and gender. Our procedure, we created survey using Google Forms. We emailed the survey to students via Canvas, and the completed survey's data was analyzed by SPSS. Here's a sample of our vignette, which reads, Sue is a telephone operator from home for a doctor's office. Since she's always scheduling appointments, she can sleep only for 4 hours and has no time for exercise. Our question was, how well does Sue cope with stress with the current pandemic, COVID-19? They would rate the scale 1 through 5, what being not stressed and 5 being extremely stressed.
Results of our hypothesis and simple effects. All mean levels of stress from our survey are considered stress. To test the apparent effects, the data were analyzed using a within subjects ANOVA test, which revealed a significant mean effect of hours of sleep, such that stress management was significantly managed to those sleeping 8 hours, a mean of 3.01, versus sleeping 4 hours, a mean of 4.23. Regardless of level of exercise, F ratio 127.75, P of less than 0.001. With exercise, there's significantly more stress with no exercise. Mean equals 3.63 than exercise, 30 minutes a week, 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. Mean of 2.53, regardless of hours of sleep. F ratio 161.08, P is less than 0.001. Additionally, there's no interaction between exercise level and hours of sleep. F ratio is 0.105 and P equals 0.747. To test out 4 simple effects, to compare individual condition means, paired sample tests with a Bonferroni correction to maintain an alpha level of 0.05 were conducted. When participants were presented with a picture of an individual's Fitbit with 4 hours of sleep with 30 minutes exercise 3 times a week, mean equals 3.16, show more stress than individual with 8 hours of sleep with 30 minutes exercise 3 times a week, mean of 1.91. P 9.67, P is less than 0.001. Participants chose more stress with 4 hours of sleep and 0 minutes exercise weekly, a mean of 4.23, compared to 8 hours of sleep and no exercise, a mean of 3.01. P 10.42, P is less than 0.001. There is more stress for 4 hours of sleep with 0 minutes exercise, a mean of 4.23, compared to 4 hours of sleep with 30 minutes exercise 3 times a week, a mean of 3.16. P negative 9.28, P is less than 0.001. The last condition showed 8 hours of sleep with 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week. A mean of 1.91 has less stress than 8 hours of sleep and 0 minutes of exercise a week. A mean of 3.04. A T of negative 8.72 and P is less than 0.001. For our bar graph, we have the results of our simple effects. For the first, blue bar indicates 4 hours of sleep with 30 minutes exercise 3 times a week, a mean of 3.16. The second red bar indicates 8 hours of sleep with 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, a mean of 1.91. The third blue bar, 4 hours of sleep with 0 minutes exercise, has a mean of 4.23. The fourth red bar is 8 hours of sleep with 0 minutes exercise with a mean of 3.01. These are the stress levels that we have attained. A quick recap. There's a main effect of sleep such that 8 hours, a mean level of 3.01 versus 4 hours, a mean of 4.23 showed better stress management. There's also a main effect of exercise such that 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, a mean of 1.91, compared to no exercise, mean of 3.01, has better effect. We do not see an interaction between exercise and sleep. Participants said that there was more stress with 4 hours of sleep and 30 minutes exercise 3 times a week, mean equals 3.16, compared to 8 hours of sleep with 30 minutes exercise 3 times a week, a mean of 1.91. There was more stress with 4 hours of sleep with 0 minutes exercise, a mean of 4.23, compared to 4 hours of sleep, 30 minutes exercise, a mean of 3.16. 8 hours of sleep with no exercise, a mean of 3.04 has more stress than 8 hours of sleep with 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, a mean of 1.91. The limitations and future directions of our study. Some of the limitations to this study were that we could only distribute the survey digitally through emails. We were not able to see participants physically to guide and answer any questions they may have had. Within our 102 participants, we had a majority of participants were female, 79, compared to males, 23. We were unable to compare gender differences. Not relatable for everyone is because our vignettes were mostly from people working from home, and this does not apply to everyone. Future direction is with the survey is we can conduct specific sleep or exercise patterns, obtain surveys before and after students take exams to get a more personal reaction of being tired and maybe lack of sleep, possibly a quasi experiment as well. We could have a larger sample size to better power our statistics as well. Implications and final conclusions. The current world situation is facing a pandemic with COVID-19 may affect perception of being at home. The general health, we are already dealing with stress normally from going to school and or work. There may be added stress from being quarantined at home. For stress management, can be managed with 8 hours of sleep and having an exercise routine. For education, we remind people to get an adequate amount of sleep and exercise will greatly help reduce stress. Conclusion. Our group's idea was to find a relief from stress. We found that having 8 hours of sleep or exercising 30 minutes routinely benefited from having less stress. Participants of our survey can agree that reducing stress can be attained by sleeping 8 hours and getting 30 minutes sleep, 30 minutes exercise a week. We hope that everyone can maintain a healthy and stress-free life. The ingredients to reducing stress is simple as sleep and exercise. Thank you all for listening and stay safe.